If you pay any attention to the buying and selling of homes, you probably already know that it's been an interesting year for first-time home buyers. Low mortgage rates paired with a limited number of homes on the market have made things super competitive. But to really understand what buyers on the ground are seeing in locations across the country, I looked at pricing and supply data from some of the largest metros from July to September. In this video, I'll go over what I learned to help you plan ahead in case you're hoping to take the plunge into homeownership. First, let's talk about California. California is notorious for being an expensive place to buy a home. The houses in your price range are often the houses you don't want to live in. And my analysis found that the 5 most expensive metro areas for first-time homebuyers were indeed in California: Los Angeles, San Diego, San Jose, San Francisco, and Sacramento. In Los Angeles, for example, median income for first-time buyers was about $82,000, and list prices were close to $1 million. That means homes were listed at about 12 times the median first-time buyer income. For reference, the general rule of thumb is to find a home listed at 3 times your income. And though we saw the number of homes on the market increase in a few of these metros from the second quarter to the third, supply is down across the board when compared to this period last year. Now moving on to the East Coast. Some of the most affordable markets for first-time buyers were on the East Coast this quarter, but that doesn't mean buyers there aren't seeing high prices. Pittsburgh is the most affordable for the second quarter running, even though homes there were listed 23% higher in the third quarter of 2020 than they were last year at the same time. Still, with a median income of $76,000 for first-time buyers and homes listed at about $250,000, it's a relatively affordable market. Other East Coast metros that are relatively affordable include Buffalo, New York, and Hartford, Connecticut, where homes are listed at 3.6 times first-time buyer income. Clearly, not all East Coast metros are affordable, far from it. New York and Boston have homes priced 6 times more than first-timers have to spend. So if you're considering an East Coast move and your heart isn't set on New York, you're not without affordable options. There are plenty of choices where your money can go further. If you're not committed to living on the coast, there are many choices in the middle of the country. Several real affordable metros for first-time buyers. If you can tolerate the cold, Cleveland is one, where first-time buyer income is $62,000 and list prices are about $228,000. St. Louis is another option, where typical first-time buyer income is $75,000 and homes are listed at about $250,000. And if you're curious about Texas, most metros there are about average affordability, and homes are listed at about 4.5 to 5 times what first-timers have to spend. So don't overlook the landlocked areas. There are several mid-sized metros where your money can go further. Now let's zoom out. Across the board and across the nation, active listings are down, way down. So buyers aren't seeing nearly as many homes when they browse real estate apps. This means competition is fierce, and buyers are more likely to pay list price or even more to get under contract. For example, in Salt Lake City, where supply fell the furthest, listings are down 57% when compared to the same period last year. Indianapolis is down 53%, Denver is down 37%. As a matter of fact, across all metros analyzed, supply is down 38% on average. There are just fewer available homes everywhere you look. As you start thinking about where to buy, it's important to note that affordability can vary a lot from one metro to another and even across a single metro. A metro area isn't just the city center, but also surrounding areas. So averages across metros are a broad simplification, but a good starting point. Also, as people have the opportunity to work remotely long-term, we may see some leave expensive metros for greener pastures. In fact, despite supply being down year over year across the board, we actually saw the number of homes for sale increase quarter over quarter in San Francisco, New York, Seattle, and San Jose, 4 of the most unaffordable metros. Long-term, however, city living will remain popular for large segments, and we'll have to just wait and see how pandemic-era migration might affect affordability over time. Also worth noting, would-be buyers who hope to wait out the scarcity may find themselves waiting a while. The flip side of that, the longer you wait, the bigger a down payment you can save up. I'm Elizabeth Renter, data analyst at NerdWallet, and I just put my home on the market this week, so I'm doing what I can to contribute to the supply here in the Raleigh, North Carolina metro area. If you have any questions, leave a comment and subscribe.